Good morning, friends. It's Lisa Meranti here. Happy to be with you on this day. We have a little bit of rain among us here this morning, so a little bit of a still state perhaps you can be in. So we're going to start in a few yin postures, and then we're going to be moving from some yin postures into some more movement, really kind of guided with the breath. And so I invite you to take part in this to the level that is right for you. Perhaps having 2 blocks handy would be helpful for when we come to some of the standing postures and working with a little bit of balance. So to get started, I want to think about an X. Now, when I was in Japan, I saw these X's everywhere. And if you weren't able to be admitted into a place, they either did like an X like this or like this or this, right? And so I want you to think about, what does the symbol of an X mean for you? Is it something that's bad? Is it something that marks your spot? And so I want you to think about that. And as we come onto our mats, I want you to come onto your back, and I want you to create a big of an X as you possibly can. So we'll start there. So take up as much space wherever you're at this morning to create this X. X marks your spot to have you arrive here this morning. So allow the hands to be overhead, soften those shoulders. Maybe even wiggle those shoulders around so that you can feel both grounded onto the earth. And however much room you have, make it be right for you to create an X shape. So we're going to come in to this posture, and we're going to just be here present for a few minutes, allowing us to arrive right here. So again, taking the shape of an X. What does that X symbolize to you? Maybe it's no to all the things that you're putting aside right now so that you can practice yoga with us. Perhaps X marks the spot of where you put your mat down or where you have found something. Maybe it's the spot for you to stand to come up to the cash register in the grocery store. So allow yourself to settle here, feeling the shape, feeling what this X brings up for you, if it's something positive, negative, or maybe it's something neutral. As you take this shape, I invite you to tune into your breath. Let your breath trace the shape of you from your left fingers, crossing diagonally down to your right toes. So perhaps on the inhale, you can draw your awareness to those left fingers. And on an exhale, draw that diagonal down to your right toes. 2 more times. Inhaling, tracing the body up to the left fingers. Exhale, cross the body to the right toes. And then we'll shift our awareness to the other side. So allowing your mind to shift to feeling your right hand. Being aware of your right hand. And that diagonal shape from your right hand to your left toes. And then we'll follow the breath. So as you inhale, trace your awareness to your right hand. As you exhale, diagonal trace to the left toes. 2 more times. Inhaling to the right hand, right fingertips. Exhale, trace down to the left toes. One more time, your breath. Trace from the fingertips all the way to the toes. Great job. Now we're going to walk the legs over to the right side to get a stretch all along the left side body. So any degree, bring both toes over to the left side, to the right side, sorry, and then walk the hands also over to the right side, any amount, by still keeping those shoulders planted onto the earth. We're going to pause here for 1 minute in Banana Asana, feeling this all along our left side body. And so go to the place that's right for you, as we do with any of these postures. No strain, no go on any pain. Feel where X marks the spot and the sweetness of just a gentle stretch and opening off of the left side body. Perhaps as you inhale, feel yourself grow longer from your hips to your toes and from your hips up to the shoulder to the fingertips. And as you exhale, maybe take a little more release into the earth. Continue to be aware of our breath as we find these stretches, these more yin postures to start our practice. One more inhale, feel yourself get longer, grow. And then as you exhale, walk your feet back into center and pause here for a breath. Hands can remain overhead, or maybe you want to cross them across the heart or along the belly. Find a moment here to be present in this balance in the center, feeling the echo, the reverberation of that stretch along your left side. And then we'll take it over to the other side. So walking your feet over and then allowing the hands to come overhead. Feel both shoulders grounded and then arc the upper body so that we're creating this banana shape, stretching along the right side body now. Now, if you feel that it is right for you to cross the ankles, if that gives you support in this stretch, then do it. Remember, no go to any pain here. We want a nice sensation of stretch that allows you to breathe easy here. So coming to a few more rounds of breath. Feel those inhales help to grow your banana shape, getting a little bit longer of a banana. And then those exhales help it settle into the earth. Taking a couple more breaths with that intention to be on focusing on a nice sweet sensation. One to two more breaths here. And then move with your awareness to come back to center and exhaling, pausing in neutral. And then taking some time to feel where your body would feel comfortable just to pause here. Maybe your legs are wide so that your toes fall out here. The hands can be out by the side or maybe crossed onto the body. I'm just taking 2 more breaths here to be present with feeling the effects. And then we're going to cross the ankles, hug the knees wide over the body. And then we're just going to take some circles. So with the ankles crossed, the hands onto the knees, finding circles in one direction, giving a massage to this low back, feeling that effect. And then allow yourself to pause and then reverse your circle into the other direction. And then coming back to stillness, we're going to allow the hands to be wide out to our body, out from our body, palms down for some extra grounded support. Keeping the ankles crossed, we're just going to lower the knees over to the right, letting the knees hover, keeping the ankles crossed. Look over to the opposite hand. And then as you exhale, come back to center. And we'll shift over to the other side. So let the knees come to the left, the gaze to the right, and then back to center. And I want you to find this with a little bit more ease for yourself. 2 more times. So exhale, the knees over. Take a pause on the inhale. And then exhale, knees to center. Other side. Exhale, draw the knees down and pause for your inhale. Next exhale, draws the knee back to center. We'll find that again on the opposite side. Maybe you like that and you want to go back to side, or perhaps hugging the knees into the chest, or finding those rolls again. So allow yourself here just to find what marks the spot that's right for you. A little bit more movement or hugging the knees in until you roll all the way onto one side, either side, and just pause there. Allow yourself to find a breath as we transition now to our belly. So flipping all the way over to your belly, again, making sure we've got some space so that we can extend out into a big X. And so first coming into a crocodile, cross one palm over on the other. Let the feet be as wide as feels comfortable for your hips. And then let the forehead come down to the hands. Take a moment here to breathe into your back body in this prone position, allowing you to get more oxygen, fill up the back body. And then exhale, release it out. You can stay right here if this feels right for you, or begin to walk spread your arms out so that you become a really big X. Mark your spot right here, right now on this earth. Let the forehead come down to the earth now, and then extend the left arm and the right leg opposite from one another. Get a nice stretch laterally across the body with maybe a little lift and then lower. We'll find that on the other side, extending the left leg and the right arm. Give yourself a nice expansive stretch here and then lower. We'll find this with movement. So as you inhale, extend opposite arm and leg, look down, and then exhale, lower. Switching, opposite leg and arm, take a lift, and then exhale, lower. 2 more times, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. Keep going with your breath. Inhaling, lifting, exhaling, lowering. 1 more time. Each side. Find your expansion on the inhale. Release on your exhale. And then lower down. Maybe that crocodile crossing the palms would feel good. Maybe just letting the head, the forehead rest all the way to the earth. As you pause here, feel yourself sink, let things go. And then the next inhale, lengthen either arm and leg. And then switch, place both arm and leg down. Inhale, lengthen, lift the other. And then lower. This time we're going to switch it a little bit up. So same arm and same leg are going to find a lift. And then bend into the knee, maybe reach back, maybe you're finding the ankle, maybe not. Take an inhale and lift, exhale and lower. We'll find this on the opposite side. So lifting the same arm and same leg, extending them long to start, and then begin to bend the knee, bring the hand, perhaps it's coming onto the ankle and reaching for it, maybe not. Lift up and then lower. Let's do that 2 more times. So lifting, same arm and leg, reaching it back for the ankle, and then exhale, lower. Opposite side, same arm, same leg, lift or reaching back. Find that 1 more time. Your choice, expanding the arm and leg or reaching back for the ankle. 1 more time. Lift, maybe find the hold, and then lower. Crossing those hands, stacking them, forehead rest on the back of the hand. Take the feet, both feet up this time, and then windshield wiper. So we get a little massage for this low back. So giving a lot of awareness and love and attention to the low back space. Feeling that X marks the spot for you, right? So where is it that X marks the spot? Your center, your core. To strengthen the core, we need to have a strong back as well, and a strong back will help us strengthen the core. When you're ready, find yourself into a child's pose. Maybe it's a puppy pose. And as you come to this child's pose or puppy pose, find that stillness and center. And then walking your hands over to the left side. Finding a side stretch here more into the shoulders now, coming in more into the upper back. On an inhale, look up, look to your hands, and then come to center. Exhale and pause in center. Inhale, look up to the fingertips, walk them over to the right side. And again, you can be doing this in puppy or child. Inhale, look to the fingertips. Exhale, come back into center. From here, we're going to shift into a downward facing dog. So from downward facing dog, the hands are like a handprint to 2 handprints from the base of your shoulders. Spread those fingers and then lift up to the tips of your toes and maybe just straighten one leg and the other leg. You can walk your dog here in this downward facing dog, and maybe your downward facing dog has the feet a little bit wider so they come almost to the edges of your mat. And then we're just going to play a little bit here. We're going to feel where our balance is, not too serious in this practice. We're going to lift the left arm up and then exhale, cross it over towards the opposite ankle. Inhale that hand back up and then place it back down on the exhale. We'll try that again with the opposite hand. So inhale, lift the right hand. Exhale, send it across to the opposite ankle. Inhale, lengthen the arm out, and then exhale, place it back down. So just a little bit of play to see where we're at today. And then look at your hands, and then look at your toes. Take a wider stance with those toes than the hands, and then begin to walk the hands back towards the feet. From here, just let your top of your head drape down any amount, and if you have those blocks, if you want to have those blocks handy here, you can use those for support to lift the earth up a little bit more. And then just take a moment here maybe to soften the knees, let the jaw go, ha, let the tongue fall out, ha. Let yourself be here right now, marking your spot to be present, to let go of the past, worries of the future, and just be here right now. And then we're going to find a halfway lift. So any amount, knees straight or bend, come to a halfway lift, a long spine from the tailbone to the top of the head. The hands can stretch along the legs. And then exhale, soften your knees if they're not already, and fold. 2 more times. Inhale up halfway, and then exhale, fold. 1 more time, finding a little more strength in the legs here now, and then exhale, release. Beautiful. Root down into your feet and then rise up all the way. Let your hands come overhead, crossing your wrists. Keeping your feet wide, exhale your hands by your side. And then cross the wrist over the heart. And I want you to stand here, perhaps with the legs wide, or maybe you need to walk them in a little bit more for more stability and balance. If it's possible, let the legs be a little bit wider than the hips, and let the wrists cross so that the palms find your heart. Find a breath here, and we're going to transition to a more standing posture. So if you've got those blocks handy, you can have them there at the top of your mat to support your practice. And so first, I want you to think about coming to the direction so that both of your feet, your baby toes, are parallel to the short edges of your mat, and your toes are facing the long side of your mat. And I want you to find here an X shape. So any width that's right for you for your legs based on your hips. Allow the hands to come directly out and allow the fingertips to come together. Feel yourself here, marking your spot in this present moment. Feel your connection down from your core to your feet and from your core up to the crown of your head and to your fingertips. And then turning your toes slightly out, feel what that feels like. If this is too much for your arms at the moment, you can cross them back at your heart. And take one more breath wherever you are, wherever is right for you. And then as we exhale, bend into your knees, begin to bring your hands so that your wrists cross. And then inhale, straighten your legs, reach your arms up, cross your wrists overhead. Exhale, bend your knees, cross the hands, circling down and then up to the heart. And then inhale, straighten the legs, reach the arms in a big circle up, cross the wrists overhead. One more time. Exhale, lower down into a squat, crossing your wrists. And then inhale, pressing through the heels, rise up, reach up, cross the wrists overhead. Beautiful. Exhale, bring your hands now to a star pose and turn those toes so that they're facing the long side of your mat again. Bring your hands now directly out from your shoulders, finding yourself into a 5-pointed star. So this posture is meant to bring confidence, strength, stability, and taking up more space in the earth. So allow yourself to feel really present. Maybe roll those shoulders, ground into the feet a little bit more. Mark your spot right here with confidence. Inhale, lengthen the top of your head, and then bend your knees. Exhale, softly bow down. Maybe come halfway with the arms straight out from your shoulders, and then exhale, fingertips down to the earth or to blocks. And then we're gonna move with the breath here. So inhale, lift the hands out from the shoulders. Exhale, we're gonna cross over. So right hand is gonna find left ankle. Inhale, look up to the top hand. Exhale, cross into the center. And then inhale, come up, hands spread wide from the shoulders. We'll try this again. So exhale, left hand to the opposite wrist. Inhale, look up if that's available, or keep looking down. Exhale, cross hands into the center of the body. And then inhale, extend arms out, come up halfway. We'll try that again. So exhale, cross right fingers to the ankle. Inhale, look up. Exhale, cross hands into the center. Inhale, come up halfway. Use the core for strength. Exhale, cross left hand to right ankle. Inhale, lengthen, maybe with the gaze up. And then exhale, hands cross into the center. Inhale, draw up halfway, hands extend by your sides, or maybe the hands come to the hips. And then exhale, fold down, cross right hand to left ankle. Inhale, look up. Exhale, cross and center. Inhale, draw through the heels, come up halfway. We'll find that one more time. Exhale, left hand to right ankle. Inhale, look up or lengthen. Exhale, cross into the center. And then inhale up halfway, hands out long or at the hips. And then bend your knees even more, and through the heels, drive the energy to come up. Woo! Standing back into mountain, walk your feet or hop together, coming into mountain. And then allow yourself to feel that, shake any of that out. Feel the strength, hopefully, of your core. Maybe there's a little tingling in the back. So let's make sure that we come now to our backs. Give it some love. Before we do that, bring hands crossed at the heart and feel your heartbeat. Feel yourself present here in a mountain pose where we've built some strength, some confidence to mark our spot right here, right now. Our presence on this earth matters. Now, any way that you want to come down to the earth, I invite you to do so. Maybe you want to play with me and come to the tips of your toes, and then bending into your knees, come down. Once you're down, cross the ankles behind you, and then come into a seated posture. In this seated posture, we're just going to take a little bit of a wiggle. Maybe the legs are crossed. Perhaps this posture would feel, or this sitting up would feel better in a different posture. And then we're just going to take a little bit of rolls here of the hips in one direction. And then when you are ready, find that in the opposite direction. And then any amount that it's available, I'm going to invite you to bring the soles of your feet together for a butterfly pose. In this butterfly pose, you've got these blocks to support the knees if you'd like, and the feet can be pretty distant from the upper body, or you can draw the feet in a little bit closer. If you're sitting in closer, perhaps you may be feeling that you need to lift the hips, so you can put some little towel or cushion underneath the seat. And then lengthen on the inhale, feel the top of your head lengthen. And then connect your peace fingers to your big toe if you're coming in close. If you're wide, keep your hands onto your knees. Wherever you decide to be, lengthen up. And then exhale, fold down any amount, hugging your belly towards your spine, and fold forward. Inhale, come back up. So we'll find that with movement 2 more times. Lengthen on your inhale. Exhale, lower down. Lowering down could be just a smidge. Maybe it's all the way. And then inhale, draw back up. We'll do that with breath and movement 1 more time. Lengthen on your inhale. Exhale, fold down on the exhale. And then as you come back up to center, maybe again a rock, a sway from side to side would feel right. Or maybe your body is saying, you know what would mark the spot for excellence right now for me would be to hold in this butterfly pose. So if that's for you, find a gentle fold and hold. If your body is saying for you that what would be right in this moment is a little bit of movement, a little bit maybe of the wings fluttering, and I want you to find that, which is right for you. A hold or some movement. And then wherever you are, come back to an uprighted butterfly, and then extending both legs long and gives them a little shake out. As we transition now to on your backs, remember that we want to invite the body to have some space. So coming on to your back, any amount that you want to get there, maybe it's with just a quick release. Maybe you want to come through a boat pose and to let that be a slow release. Your choice here. But when you arrive on your mat, again, take up space. Find that X shape, and then take that stretch, the opposite hand and leg, make a nice stretch. And switch to the other side. And then crossing your ankles, give yourself a hug. Perhaps you have a block handy and that would feel good, because this time we're going to find those twists, but with a hold. So uncrossing the ankles, allow the hands to be wide by your side, creating a T shape, and then let the knees draw over to the right, either finding the earth with your feet and your knees, or maybe there's a block underneath your knees. And then we're just going to pause here for 3 breaths, feeling this reclined twist. Maybe for you to feel just the right sensation, you want to cross the top knee underneath the bottom knee, finding a cross of the legs. Maybe extending out the top leg, creating, again, another diagonal shape from your fingertips to your toes, creating a big, wide half of an X. Your choice. One more breath here. And then allow yourself to come back to neutral and pause there. Shift so that your hips and your shoulders find the center of your mat, the center of you aligned. Hips, heart, and head. Taking a pause here, and then setting yourself up for the second side. Maybe you're bringing that block along if that was what feels right for you. Lifting the feet off the ground and then shifting so that knees come to the left. Finding the earth underneath the bottom baby toe side of the foot and the knees. Maybe you find that block. The gaze can be up to the sky or look away to the right hand. And again, finding the spot that's just right for you, that's just super sweet for you. Maybe you're crossing the knees. Maybe you're extending the top leg. Wherever you decided to be, allow yourself to be there. Taking in 2 more sweet breaths in this place. In the posture and shape that's right for you. And then as you come back to center, allow yourself to be still, neutralize, and find some balance and stability, some symmetry in the body, making those hands be wherever feels most supported. And then if there's something else that your body is calling for in this moment, I invite you to take that. Whatever shape, whatever bit of a little bit of movement or stillness. And then we'll set ourselves up for a Shavasana, a pause of integration, of marking our presence here. As you come to this, perhaps, again, that big X shape feels really good, or maybe you want to relax the hands now by your side, or crossing your hands onto your body, maybe at the heart, the belly. taking some time just to kind of feel out what feels just right for you. As we think about that X, marking our spot. Again, saying no to what might bring us some discomfort, dis-ease, marking our presence with some kindness and gentleness and gratitude to be right here, right now, wherever you are, taking up space on this earth that you so deserve. Letting yourself come to this place of stillness, of integration, of connection, mind, body, taking about 5 more breaths. Feel, notice, and witness how this present moment feels in the mind and in the body. Feel the breath rising and falling. Become aware of any sounds around you. And then coming back to yourself, bringing a little bit of awareness to your fingers and toes. Maybe they move slightly. And bringing your awareness back to your spot, your sweet spot, where your body crosses, where it comes into your center, connecting with heart, belly. Allowing this integration to carry you off of the mat into the world. Feeling your strength, your connection with self in this moment. And then any amount, make some bigger movements, shifting until you eventually come to either side of the body. And then taking your time when it's right for you to draw into a comfortable seat. Maybe the legs are crossed. Maybe there's a more comfortable way for you to be and sit. You can draw the eyes closed and cross the hands so that they come palm to the heart. As we've taken this time to mark our spot within ourselves, may this focus, may this intention, and this presence help us to bring that out into the world, to mark our spot sweetly, to embrace and honor each other's spot and space. As we navigate today and all the days to come, may we find gratitude and ease and peace within ourselves, and for each other. Thank you so much for practicing together. Namaste. So thank you. Please share any comments, feedback, or guidance that you may need to enhance your practice. And so may you be well. May you be at peace and ease. And until next time, namaste.